Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. We got another Ryan Mango today. TikToker killed 2 people to help hide her mom's affair and save her career. Would you take somebody's life for your mama?
Now, I love my mama with everything in me, but to just for this reason, no. No.
I feel you. I don't blame you. I don't blame anyone to say no. I don't think I could. I don't think not for a situation like this.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you gonna like? Even as a mom, you shouldn't even want this to happen or accept it. Because then it's like, what do you teach them?
Yeah.
What can they really learn from this? You know. But hey, with that being said, make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go if you want to first support. All you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
We'll highly appreciate it. But let's check it out, y'all. Let's see what it's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Mehek, who went by May online, was this TikTok influencer. She's 24. Her mom is 44, and she's very important to this story. So just remember that. And the two of them, they would make these really cute dancing videos together, dancing to the trendiest song. That's kind of what she got known for. Everyone loved this mother and daughter dynamic where both of them are dancing to the trends. People would comment things like, oh my God, they look more like sisters than they look like mother and daughter. She was live streaming one day. So 24-year-old May is live streaming, and her mom is scrolling through the comments with her. They're listening to the chat, answering viewers' questions. And one comment made by a clearly fake troll account said, "Tell your mom to call me." May laughed it off. She's thinking, this is a troll who's insinuating that my mom is hot and is like, hey, have her call me. But if you watched carefully, you might have seen Ansreen, the mom, her face twitch just a little. She might have let out a nervous little chuckle and excused herself to the restroom, where she would nervously put her phone to her ear. Hello? Is it you again? Please don't do that. If you keep doing that, I'm going to go to the police. Don't involve my daughter like this. Please stop. But he wouldn't stop. He would keep going. This man would find Ansreen's husband's phone number and text him. Do you want to see videos of your wife? Ansreen felt her heart race when she found these messages on her husband's phone. Thank God her husband thought it was an online troll. I mean, given that they're a pretty public family on social media, he never responded, thinking, oh, one of these creeps finally got my number. But if this got out, it would ruin her marriage, her whole family, and even her daughter's whole TikTok career. May had a wholesome, religious, family-oriented image on social media. And now Ansreen, her mom, was going to ruin it all. She looked down at the new text message on her phone from him, and it read, "One click and I ruined your life." Ansreen and her daughter, May, would do anything to prevent that, even if it meant killing 2 people to keep their secrets safe.
What does one click mean?
He's going to post whatever that video is. He's going to send it to her husband. He's going to send it to the world, make it go viral. One click, and her whole TikTok career, her daughter's TikTok career, would come crumbling down.
Wow.
And so would her family. So would her social standing. As always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com. This is a pretty recent case that happened in the United Kingdom, but yeah, let's just get into it because there's a lot. There is a platform called Azar. It's very reminiscent to me of Omegle. Like, you use it to randomly video chat strangers from all over the world. But Azar really focuses on marketing, and marketing the fact that they have a lot of preferences that you can set for who you're going to be matched with. You can narrow it down to geographical location, potentially even age, all these things. A lot of people actually use it to date because you can't get catfished. It's kind of a cool icebreaker. Instead of going through this like uncomfortable texting phase, you just see their face immediately. True. You see if you have connection.
True.
It was also really popular during the pandemic because people just wanted some form of human connection.
True.
Ansreen's niece was over at the house using Azar. So Ansreen is the mom. And May, the TikToker, is out and about. Her niece is video calling a guy through the app. He looked like he was in his 20s. He lived in the UK. And that's really all Ansreen knew about him as of right now. She was just doing some chores and listening to this conversation. And the niece, she's half bragging, half passionately telling him about herself. Oh, and her cousin Mehek was famous on TikTok. So she's telling him what her account is, what her Instagram is. Oh my God, and then this is Mehek's mom. This is May's mom. She's in the videos. Actually, sometimes she's the star. So while Mehek alone would only get 50,000 views, when Ansreen, her mom, was in there dancing with her, they would get like 300,000 views. It's a big difference. So she's like shoving the phone in Ansreen's face, like, say hi, Auntie Ansreen. This is, what was your name again? Saqib. Nice to meet you. Ansreen said she smiled and waved, and that was that. She went back to doing whatever she was doing. I mean, these are little kids having conversations. Why should it bother her? Why should it matter to her? A lot of TikTokers became famous during the pandemic, and May really wanted to be one of them. She was doing all the things that they were doing. She was dancing to the trendiest songs, which, looking back at a lot of these TikToks, it feels like a fever dream. Doja Cat, the Why Don't You Say So dance. Like all the viral McDonald's hacks through the drive-thrus, using the Zoom filter to lip sync to songs and like cover your face, and then it goes to the next person when they uncover their face.
Yeah, we did all of that too.
Yes, it's like a fever dream. Yeah. So May quit college to do this. She really, 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 really wanted to be a TikToker.
Why doesn't he reply?
She would recruit her brother in her videos, her mom, her dad. Her dad didn't make as much of a frequent appearance, but he's in a few videos. Honestly, he seems very likable. He just seems really sweet. Kind of like a dad. Maybe he talks a little too much about things that young people don't care about, but he's cute.
How nice is the kebab?
Oh, that's very nice. Really, really nice. So tasty, very juicy.
I know.
And if you have a time, if you visit Istanbul, I can say you must need to come and eat everywhere. All the Istanbul food is very nice, but this place is I like it.
So they have this really adorable, wholesome family image. And her caption with her mom would say things like, having an elite relationship with your mom. So blessed to have her in my life. My mother, best friend, and sister all in one. To the woman who birthed me, I appreciate you so much. May claimed to be a devout Muslim. She posted a lot about her faith on TikTok as well. But her primary interest, her ultimate goal, was to be a fashion influencer. She said, I would post my fashion outfits on Instagram. Companies would send me clothing. I would tag them on my platform, and that's how I would get paid. She was also invited to promote restaurants, bars, specifically hookah lounges. And she would always bring her mom with her. So half the reason being, her family was a little bit more conservative, so her dad just always worried about her. And the other half was, her mom is her best friend. So they're the type that would giggle and whisper in a corner of the house as if they're like two best friends having a slumber party instead of mom and daughter living together in the same house. It was kind of endearing. Like the brother and the dad would joke around. They'd roll their eyes. Oh, there they go again, plotting something. May convinced her mom to make her own Instagram account. With all the views that are coming in, I mean, it's going to go over to her Instagram. It's going to ripple over, and then maybe she can start doing promotions too. Honestly, it sounds like May is telling her, Mom, it's an opportunity. Just do it. It's going to be great. And maybe that's true. But it's clear that there is a side of Ansreen that really wants this life. She was 44. Her whole life she had been sheltered for 44 years. Her dream growing up was to be a flight attendant. This is like when she was in her teenage years. But instead, her parents said, actually, we found you a husband. You're going to marry this man and start having children. So that's what she did. She never had this phase of being young and experimenting. She just went straight from being a teenager to being a housewife. There was no crazy phase, no clubbing phase, no drunk phase. I mean, her whole life was great on paper. Arguably, she had everything that she would ever need. Her husband's fantastic. He's sweet. He's hardworking. He's a provider. But there's this new thrill that she's having from going to bars, being around these young people, and they all have this energy. They all dress so fun. They're so carefree. They would even say, "Oh my God, Enzreen, you're one of us. You're a total MILF. You look so good tonight." Enzreen was excited about this new life. She's like, "Oh my gosh, do I really? Like, that's crazy. Stop it." So she agreed. She made her own Instagram account and religiously checked her messages. She saw someone new had quite literally slid into her DMs, and his name was Saqib. And she's like, "Where do I remember that from? Why is it ringing a bell?" It's the guy from Azar. It was an innocent enough DM, but I'm sure Enzreen knew what Saqib was doing in her messages. And she responds. The two start talking every single day. Every single day. They would talk on the phone up to 5 times a day. If Enzreen's husband wasn't home, Saqib would always be on the phone in the background. It's like one of those high school relationships.
Like, so they talking romantically?
Yes. Like a genuine relationship. Even if they aren't actively talking, he's just on the phone listening while she's cleaning, napping, doing all these things. He's always there. And it seems like because they all live together, May knew that her mom was always on the phone with this guy. But I don't think that she knew from the get-go that it was an affair. She claimed that she just thought, "Oh, well, they're friends," and I didn't think much of it.
Come on now.
So Enzreen, she would get off on...
Come on, you can't be that damn
They're
dumb and
friends.
gullible.
Your mom is 44, married.
And how old is
This
she?
dude in his 20s as well.
He should be trying to talk to the daughter, not the mom.
Right.
Come on now, you already know this young motherfucker that DM'd your mom,
I just assumed.
and they just on the phone all the time. Come on now, we can't be that dumb,
Yeah.
right?
You would think.
Saqib's company. He's conventionally attractive. He's young. He's fit. He's also very obsessed with her. And it just felt nice. And the age gap, I mean, it was there. But it wasn't borderline illegal, right?
How old is he?
He claimed he was 27 and she's 44. So that's a 17-year age gap, which is huge. But, 27 isn't 18, right?
Yeah.
Well, he was 18. He lied.
Whoa.
Yeah. He was 18 when they started talking. But he was not her sugar baby or anything. He would actually go out of his way to spend money on Enzreen. If she was at a hookah lounge helping her daughter promote an event, he would show up to the event, surprise her by paying for her, show up to random restaurants, surprise her by paying the tab. He would send gifts to the house that she would have to open in front of her family, and her husband would be like, "Oh, like what is that from? I bought it online. Oh, I totally forgot I ordered this. That's why I look surprised." Eventually, the relationship turns...
Wow.
Yeah. They didn't see each other a lot because they lived in different towns. And Enzreen was also, married with 2 kids. So she didn't want to draw suspicion on herself. But when they did see each other, it was just getting more and more explicit. Even during video calls, they would be showing each other a lot of themselves and engaging in sexual activities. For Enzreen, it was more fun, more exhilarating, more scandalous. This was her second affair since being married. Her first one was with another man who was married with children. So the two of them, they were equals.
Wow.
In the sense, it's like, hey, you're married, you've got kids, I'm married, I've got kids. We don't want to mess it up. You want to stay in your marriage, you want to stay with your family, I want to stay with my marriage, I want to stay with my family.
Wait. The guy's married?
No, this was her first affair.
Come on. He always do this.
You about to explain it.
She shouldn't have to.
Hold on, maybe he just was kind of got lost.
No, he always get lost in the
Hold
song.
on. Okay, let her explain it.
Come on, what's his name, Mr. Mango? You got to. Hey, don't be musty. Come on, catch up. Corny, I know.
That was so.
So this
Okay.
Saqib is her second affair.
I see.
So I'm saying with her first affair, there was this mutual agreement that both had the same situation.
Yeah.
They're both like, we're literally doing this because we're evil people and we want to like cheat on our partners, but we don't want them to find out. We don't want to divorce our partners and leave our children and be with one another.
Yeah.
It was
So we
just an
gotta do this
escape.
smart.
But with Saqib, is a little bit different. Saqib wasn't married. He didn't have kids. He wasn't even 27. He lied. He was 18 when they met, and he was absolutely in love with Ansreen.
Plus, also, he's 18, fresh out there. He has a high sex drive. He has high curiosity. He's gonna tell you everything your husband and I telling you now, because you know what I'm saying, y'all been married. You 44, probably over 20 years y'all been married, because your daughter, she's 24. So that's you had her when you was 20. So you get what I'm saying? So, and you've had an affair before. You know what the thrill you got out of that one.
Yeah.
This one even more exciting because he's 18. He got shit but time. He can give you all the time. He's 18. Compared to the previous affair.
He was 27.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact he's still young, still some fresh.
Compared to the previous affair, he was a married man with a family and a wife and a family. So you got to think he can't devote all his time to you.
Yeah.
Like he can. So keep like, baby, I'm out here, you know what I'm saying?
You out, he popping up, he
you know he having fun. He telling all his homies, yeah, I got this married joint, you know what I'm saying? I got this married joint. She 44. I'm hitting that. You know.
Yeah.
18 when they met, and he was absolutely in love with Ansreen. She was his endgame. After 2 years of this affair, Ansreen wanted to move on.
2 years.
Meets up with Saqib at a hotel and tells him, look, I just want to focus on my marriage right now. I feel guilty to my husband, to my kids, and I don't think I can do it anymore. They did not break up that night. They slept together. And then the next morning, it was like nothing happened. Yeah. Saqib started texting Ansreen, clinging to her. And now that he knew she wanted out, he was doing everything to hold on to her. He would call her 5 to 10 times a day, ask her, what are you doing? Who are you with? Where are you going? What's next? Did you talk to your husband today? Ansreen claimed that he would get angry with her if she didn't tell him everything. And he started to get what she describes as controlling. If he felt Ansreen was pulling away, he would send her pictures of designer goods that were en route to her house. And she claims, I kept telling him, I didn't want those. I didn't need those. This was so unnecessary. But he wouldn't listen. He just kept buying me gifts. Sometimes he would even just randomly Uber Eats her food. Ansreen said she felt like if I accept these gifts, he would feel like we're together. But if I don't accept the gifts, he would get angry.
But you've already started. It's
like you said, just keep it in short and sweet. It was wrong from the jump anyway. The first time you did it, now you're doing it the second time, it's wrong. But you kept it going for 2 years. It's a long time. You should have.
And you started accepting the gifts, all this stuff. As soon as you started accepting it, it was over. It was a wrap. Because he knows.
Finally, December of 2021, Ansreen bit the bullet and broke up with Saqib for good. She's like, I can't do it anymore. There's nothing you can say. I'm not going to meet you at another hotel. Like, I'm done. I'm done. She expected curse words, nonstop angry phone calls, angry emails. She was prepared for it, but she hoped, if I don't engage, if I don't respond, he's going to get bored. He's going to move on. But instead, Ansreen looked at her phone and there were explicit pictures and videos of her and Saqib during their rendezvous. Some screenshots of her during their explicit FaceTime calls. He bombarded her with messages like, if you don't respond, I'm going to send these to your husband. Fine. You want these to go public? I'll make them go viral. Ansreen felt like there was only one way out of this. Dead man, don't post. Soon enough, Saqib would be found dead in a burning car on the side of the road. Ansreen's daughter, May, the TikToker, she had no idea who was making deepfakes of her, but it was ruining her life right now. There were explicit videos that looked so realistic. I mean, someone was out there targeting her. It felt especially hurtful because May had built her career on being this religious, multifaceted woman. And not that you can't do both, right? But these photos were deepfaked. There were deepfaked nude photos and videos of her out there. And even her friends were sending them to her like, hey, what's going on? Originally, she had no idea it was her mom's fault. Her mom was the reason that these deepfake photos of her were circulating the internet. December of 2021, the same month that Ansreen broke up with Saqib, she sits May down and tells her everything. I don't think she did it to just get it off her chest. I think she did it to get help. Anzarine felt like she had no other options left. I mean, she was trapped. So at first, May blows up on her. She's mad at her mom. First of all, you cheated on my dad. But more than that, she's pacing around the living room and she starts getting angrier and angrier. But that anger is turning towards Saqib. How dare he think that he can get away with blackmailing us? He was the ultimate threat, the threat to her family, but also the threat to her career. And she would do anything to protect everything that she had worked so hard for. She comforted her mom. This girl was determined. She told her mom, I will take care of it. Don't worry. He's not going to fuck with us. She said, I'll get him jumped by guys he won't know what day it is. May set into motion a plan that would land 8 people in jail.
Ooh.
The first thing she did was call her best friend, Rakan Karwan. Hello? I'm being blackmailed. What? I need your help. This psycho guy is spreading deepfakes of me and I think he's going to try and hurt me. Do something to me. I think as long as I pay him off, he will back off, but I don't want to be the one to talk to him about it. Yeah, no problem. Tell me what you need to do. So Rakin agreed to be the middleman. He was going to be the one that talked to Saqib for May. He had no idea that May's mom was involved in any of this and that she was the one being blackmailed. I guess May doesn't trust him that much, right? Mm-hmm. And Rakan reached out to Saqib, who stated that he wanted $3,800 to back off from the family. So this is where the game of Monopoly starts. There are 8 main players, all of them trying to win the game without ending up in jail. And when it comes to pick their game piece, you know, in Monopoly, there's the dog, there's like the cat, the iron, the wheelbarrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would all choose the car. And this would be the last game that they ever play for a very, very long time. And Serene and May reach out to Saqib. They ask him, do you want to meet up with us so that we can pay you finally so we can end all of this? Meet us at the Tesco parking lot. Tesco is like a supermarket. Parking lot at 1:30. No one else would be there. It's 1:30 a.m. He said, yeah, bring all $3,800. That is all the money that I spent on answering during this affair. He, Saqib, did not know that 8 people were going to show up to this meeting. The Monopoly 8 is what they'll be dubbed by authorities. The Monopoly 8 split up into 2 cars, a blue car and then an Audi TT. Now, both May and Ansarine were in the Audi, and I think it would get too technical to explain where each person was before the crime and then how they got picked up for the crime. It's not necessarily important. Just know that some of them were at a hookah lounge playing Monopoly, and that would be their alibi for the rest of the night. Which is, what do you mean? We're just playing Monopoly. Yeah. There was one friend, Mohammed, who came super late. He got a call to come hang out at around 12:30 a.m., which is just an hour before the murder. He was already in bed at this point, but he got up, went to meet with his buddies, and a lot of people still feel like Mohammed had no clue what he was getting into. Like, if anyone in this group, because this becomes like a point of argument later, which is how many people of this group actually knew what they were about to do? So the argument is, if anyone in this group had no idea what was going on, maybe it's Mohammed, because he really wasn't even supposed to be there. They just called him out of nowhere and he thought, yeah, Monopoly, okay, let's play.
Yeah, why did they call him?
Right?
It's so weird. He ends up in the Audi with Ansarine, May, and Rakan. He is the 4th person in the Audi, and the other 4 are in the blue sedan. The group all drive to the Tesco, where they briefly park next to each other, but they separate because Saqib is going to get there, and they don't want 2 cars parked next to each other in this relatively quieter parking lot because, you know, maybe he'll be like, why are there 2 cars there? That's weird. Some of them would later argue, they just thought May and Ansarine were going to meet up with someone, pick up something real quick, and we wanted to give them space. That's all. Even Rakan and Mohammed got out of the Audi and stood out of sight so that if Saqib were to walk up to the Audi, it looks like just May and Ansarine were meeting with him. There was nobody else watching him.
So they got out the car so they can have their own space to talk.
No, the theory is that 6 of them, so the 2 that got out of the Audi plus the 4 in the blue sedan, were probably going to jump him in the parking lot. Is the theory. Because nobody had cash on them. They're like, hey, meet us so I can pay you $3,800.
Got it.
Nobody had any money.
Okay, I see.
When Saqib gets to the Tesco, everyone realizes a few things. First of all, he's not alone. Saqib was known to hate driving. He just didn't like it. That night, he asked all of his friends to drive him to a Tesco in another town because they're meeting in like a mutual area. They didn't want to meet in town A because that's where Saqib lives, and they don't want to meet in town B because that's where May lives. So they agreed on town C. And all of them were like, what? No. They all had excuses on why they couldn't drive him. I mean, I imagine some of them just straight up didn't want to because it was inconvenient. Technically, Saqib could drive himself. But his good friend Hashim, he was the type to always want to help a friend. So he said, I guess if you really need a ride, yeah, you know what? Get in. Sure. I'll do it. He had no idea that Saqib was blackmailing for someone for money and he was driving him there to pick up the funds. He just thought Saqib needed to get something from this specific Tesco or meet someone for something innocent and thought maybe it'll be fun. We could listen to music, jam out in the car, catch up during the ride. Hashim pulls up to the Tesco and it seems like Saqib realized at this moment that he was being set up. I don't know. Something in him was like, no, I gotta go. Like, we can't do this. Hashim and Saqib pull out of the Tesco parking lot, avoiding a physical altercation, but a blue sedan starts following them. And then an Audi is right behind them, right behind the blue sedan. Muhammad said, once we were all following this random silver car on the road, May called Saqib. May called someone. Because Muhammad is in the car with them. May said something weird. She said, watch what I do to you. At 1:21 a.m., a Shell gas station CCTV captures 3 cars racing down the A46 at a high speed. It looks like the blue sedan is chasing Saqib and Hashim, and the Audi is following the blue sedan. They were going up to like 100 miles per hour during the chase.
Wow.
It looks dangerous. Looking at the footage, it can easily be interpreted as the blue sedan trying to run Hashim and Saqib off the road. So right after the phone call with May and Saqib ends, the one where she allegedly tells him, see what I do to you, watch what I do to you, Saqib calls 999 using Hashim's phone. His phone was out of battery. Now, the parents of the victims have requested the police not release the actual call, so they released the transcript instead. And because we don't have the actual audio, it's really hard to know if we're interpreting the tone correctly. Yeah. But the transcript is so frustrating to read. Saqib calls 911 to tell them that he and his good friend Hashim is driving, are being followed by 2 cars down the road. He said, I'm being followed by 2 vehicles. You're being followed by 2 vehicles? Yes, I'm being followed by 2 vehicles, and right now, how do you know you're being followed? They're trying to block me in. They're trying to block me in. Can you get to a police station? I can't get to a police station right now. I need help. What I'm saying is, when you say you can't get to a police station, why can't you get to a police station? I can't get to a police station. Why not?
Oh.
There's guys following me. They've got balaclavas on. Balaclavas are the masks, the ski masks, basically with the eyes cut out.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Are you in a vehicle or are you... The operator goes to ask where...
I would have been so teed up. Like,
I need to hear... I really wish they would release it because I need to hear the tone. Because
keep in mind
this in the UK, we know how the motherfuckers. This is
like, cause just her reading, like saying that, I'm already irritated. So for me to hear the tone too,
yeah, I need to hear the tone because I'll be like, man, you got me fucked up, bro.
Okay.
I guess it's worldwide. You ain't getting no call. You ain't getting no true assistance. You getting pissed off.
Like that one needle in a haystack.
True.
That one good.
True.
Where Saqib is, and he finally says, they're trying to kill me, I'm gonna die. Calm yourself down a moment, okay? They're trying to ram me off the road, these 2 vehicles. At one point, the operator sounds like they don't believe Saqib, so they keep asking for where they're headed, and Saqib tells them, I can't tell you because my phone is dead. Insinuating, my phone is dead, so I can't look up the navigation right now, and obviously I can't look it up on the phone that I'm calling you with because I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah.
But the operator is just like, your phone's not dead because I'm talking to you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Saqib tries to tell them that he needs help urgently and tries to tell them his exact location, and the operator says, slow down a moment for me. You've given me a lot of information very quickly. I've gone past Radcliffe College and I'm getting rammed off the road. You're not getting rammed off the road. They're trying to hit the vehicle. They're hitting on the side. And you've gone past Radcliffe Road? Radcliffe College. I just told you I've gone past that now. Please, I just need help. I'm in danger. I understand that. I think you're going a different way than the way that you think you're going. I passed a speed camera right now. They're hitting the car. They're hitting the back of the car really fast. They're trying to ram us off the road. Please, I'm begging you. Yeah, I'm arranging help for you right now. Oh my God. And it said in the transcript that the sound of a crash can be heard and the line cuts off.
Oh my gosh.
At 1:32 a.m., a car rams into Hashim and Saqib, sending their car skidding sideways towards a barrier, hit the barrier, flew into the air, hit a tree, split in half, and instantly burst into flames.
Wow.
The two other cars, the blue sedan and the Audi, the Monopoly 8, just kept driving along the highway before they stopped at a nearby lot. Two people were seen on CCTV cameras getting out and kind of inspecting the cars. It looks like they're looking for any obvious signs of damage. They get back in the car and make a U-turn and start driving towards the direction that they came.
Probably
So they can
trying
see
to
their
check
wreck.
what's going on, right?
All 8 of them would drive past the burning car. This is around 1:30 a.m. Everything else is dark. The car on fire stands out like a giant bonfire. They all drive past it. Not a single one of them call for help. Nobody calls emergency services. It was later said Ensreen slumped in her seat and was crying uncontrollably while May tried to comfort her as they drove past the car. The blue sedan and the Audi park in a neighborhood. Everyone gets out. And 7 of them would start walking around the neighborhood for about an hour. And this walk will become a huge point of contention in the trial. CCTV footage shows them walking as if, you know, when you're younger and you go out with your friends or they're at your house and you're like, you know what, should we just like giggle gaggle and walk around the neighborhood? That's kind of what this looks like. Getting some fresh nighttime air after a big dinner and you're walking it off.
Who stayed back?
Yeah.
The only person that didn't go is Muhammad. He immediately left. So that's another reason people believe that he's innocent, because right afterwards he's like, oh my God, I'm leaving. The body language is rather nonchalant. Some say that they can see one of them having a hard time, but overall it's not one of those mental breakdown walks, if you've ever had them. Authorities will later speculate that they were walking up and cleaning up their story, getting on the same page of what really happened that night. Now, Muhammad, like I said, was the only one that walks off from the group before the walk. And right afterwards, there was another person that goes home.
Okay, so what about the rest?
The rest, they get back into the cars and they're dropped off one by one until the drivers of the car finally go to their house. Meanwhile, at the crime scene, the fire was so big that it was only after firefighters managed to put out the blaze that they could even get close enough to realize there are 2 bodies in here. 21-year-old Saqib Hussain and 21-year-old Hashim Ijazuddin were dead. It is stated that both of them died upon impact in the collision. It was really severe. So the car split in 2 and the engine of the car was detached from the car itself. Both of them had passed before the fire started. And it was pretty easy for investigators to figure out, okay, this car did not crash on its own. They pulled CCTV cameras nearby, as well as Saqib's 999 call, and there was indeed a high-speed chase going on. Cameras showed 2 cars chasing after Saqib and Hashim. The cars were immediately identified, tracked through the automatic number plate recognition system that they have.
That's what I was about to say. Bro, the UK surveillance, we know, is like top notch. I don't understand why the fuck they think they can get away with some crimes over there.
Obviously didn't think
Bro,
Didn't think about it. Didn't think it through.
I just showed you one the other day where literally.
Oh yeah.
You
Like, and I'm talking about clear, crystal
you're
clear.
always caught on camera in the UK. You're not getting away with shit.
I was like, why? How did you think that
They got surveillance going on all the time.
Even that other one, oh, that was the same one. It was just two. It was just 2 different angles, like different like days.
But there's been other cases we've seen.
Yeah, other cases. Yeah,
where typically the same thing is happening.
Yeah.
And a fleet of cop cars as well as helicopters were used to make the first initial arrest. And even if they hadn't done that, the Audi was literally registered and traced back to May's home address. Another big piece of evidence that the police had was a phone pinged traveling in that Audi that had been involved in this high-speed chase. So they tracked that phone number, went to the address that it belonged to, and what do you know? It's the same address that the Audi traced back to. Officers show up and they arrest May's teenage brother.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was he wasn't in the car. He was at home. And he just gets arrested on charges of double homicide. Imagine waking up in your PJs and you're getting arrested for double homicide. He was freaking out.
Wait, so he wasn't in the car at all.
No.
Okay.
And he's freaking out. Like, what are you talking about?
Because the phone, I wonder, did May take his phone instead of her own?
What did you...
I wonder because they phone number ping.
Yeah.
The car ping.
Yeah.
Same, both registered at the same address.
Yeah, I would be freaking out. Man,
honestly, that would be fucked up.
Out my sleep, and I come get her, and I'm like, what?
But that's fucked up. If you did take my phone to use my phone, bro, why are you linking me to shit that... Go get a burner. Well, I don't know if they got burners.
What about...
I'm just saying, bro, at the end of the day, crime gonna be crime. Crime is gonna happen. Like, ain't no stopping crime from ever happening. It's gonna always be here.
I wasn't about to say nothing about that. I was about to say, what about the mom? I was about to say something on that. But anyway.
You said, what about the mom? What?
Nothing.
No, say it.
Y'all wouldn't be in this situation if she knew how to be faithful. First and foremost. But anyway.
And the reason why she slumped, because honestly, at the end of the day, on some real 100%, she wasn't done with the relationship.
No. I mean, 2 years, you tied it. You like, now you like kind of, I guess in your head over it because it's gone too far. But at the same time, you have feelings. There's some type of feelings there. 9 times out of 10.
Because you tried to break up with him in the first place.
Yeah.
And that just led to makeup sex.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, so even from then, you really wasn't 100% done with it.
Right.
And he's satisfying you a thrill that you probably don't get from your husband, because at the end of the day, both of y'all getting older, bro. Y'all not teenagers anymore. So certain things, not saying you can't have that thrill in your relationship, but certain things ain't gonna be same as when you was 20 opposed to when you were 40 in your mid 40s. You get what I'm saying?
Guys, I don't even have my license, officer. I don't even have a car. How could I possibly be involved in a car accident? Like, you've got the wrong person. Very quickly, the officers realize, yeah, we got the wrong guy. So they let him go and they informed him, okay, well, sorry, that was our mistake. Well, did you at least catch the person who actually did it? Yes, your mom and your sister.
That's crazy.
His mom's phone was registered under his name. And just like that, the Bukhari house fell apart. February 11th of 2022, authorities show up at the Bukhari residence to now question.
Look at them, though. They looking like May ass sitting over here and her little snuggie looking like. Bro, 2 people lost their lives, bro. 2 people lost their lives. But you sitting up here like, and not victim blaming anything, but Sakib also, what you were doing was wrong as well. Trying to blackmail, trying to get money out of the situation, that was bad. Even trying to, she was married, trying to pursue something, that was wrong. But that what he did does not result into someone losing their life. At the end of the day, shorty, you was married. You chose to open that DM and respond. Both of y'all was fucking wrong. Just own up to it. Confess to it. Tell him, my husband already knows. Deal with his consequences from there. You get what I'm saying? None of this shit even... You're grown as hell. Deal with your consequences.
Yeah. You
chose to have the affair. And then you and your daughter had this weird ass relationship where you wanna be just, and she can't get the attraction that she wants solely on her own, and she knows. So it's a weird dynamic between the mom and the daughter, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a mother-daughter relationship anymore.
11th of 2022, authorities show up at the Bukhari residence to now question Enzreen and May. They are both seen on body cam footage wearing pajamas. They look so calm. May is giving the police a completely made-up story about where she had been last night. And she said, I did see this weird chase that was happening last night, but I didn't get involved. Later on in this interrogation room, she has these really long acrylic nails and she keeps showing the cops how the chase had happened. And it's just really odd. I don't know if it's the nails.
So she's saying that she's not the one chasing.
No.
She's describing something else.
She's describing like a Fast and the Furious scene that she's not a part of. And she keeps putting, her demeanor. And I'm not saying this to make light of this section, but like this demeanor was so odd. And again, I don't know if it's just the visual aspect of her nails. She's in this gray tracksuit. She just looks so young and just like a TikToker. But she keeps doing motions with her hands, very animated. And like this car did this. And just the way that she's casually explaining, it makes you feel like she's explaining the parking lot situation at a Trader Joe's 3 p.m. Tuesday where nothing happens. She talks about how she was in the car with her mom and this car started speeding up and then cut in the lane in front of her. She had no idea who this was in this car, but she said, I always keep a distance from the car in front of me because I'd been driving for 4 years and that's just something that I always do.
She's talking about the blue car.
Yeah. She said that there was this blue car that seemed to be agitating a silver car and it just felt like they were trying to race or something. She said, I wanted nothing to do with it. And I turned to my mom and I remember saying in the car, like, what is this car trying to do? And her mom just kept telling her to stay out of it and quote, it's got nothing to do with you, May.
There's a car that's coming on the right-hand side, a Seat Leon, don't know the model or anything, but it was blue, comes straight down, no speed, nothing, normal on the right-hand side. We were always on the left-hand side. This right-hand side car's come now, the Leon, the blue one, has come straight next to me and come right in front of me, not very close. I've always said to myself, I'm a very good driver when it comes to this. I've been driving for 5 years, 4 to 5 years, and I've said to myself, always keep a 2 to 3 second rule gap, always, when I've said to myself, always done that. So this car's come not close, I've always braked. So I was doing 60, it was 70, I think it was 70 on the dual carriage or 60. I was doing 50 straight away, went back, went to 50 to 60, went back. This car didn't do anything to me. I don't know who, just a normal car going on the right to the left. The silver car, I don't know which brand it was, model. It's come zooming down. I've kept this 2 to 3 second rule gap, and the blue Leon's in front. I'm at the back.
Let me tell you how I know you're guilty. You're giving too much detail. Too much, like, and it's like minute detail that's not called for. I always keep me 2 or 3 seconds behind. Like, that is my new dish. I try to keep a space in between. I don't need to know. And you ain't even got to say that. Just this car came past me flying. I don't know. It made me brake. And I don't know what they were going on. That's how somebody who's not involved would tell it. The car just came flying past me. Another car came flying past me. It made me back up. I got up off of them because I didn't want to. I've been driving for 5 years, and that you want to tell a story like that.
Yeah.
Like if you're 100% innocent, the guilty always try to add extra parts that's not needed.
Yeah.
This silver car's come and cut into the middle, so we're basically all 3 cars very close. I braked, and I said to my mom, "What is this car trying to do?" And my mom said, "May, just keep your distance. Everything's going to be okay. It's okay." Just a reckless people, just reckless because they know it's all the way down. If there's any cameras, there's going to be cameras. They must know there's no cameras.
And she's using her hands to be like, then the silver car pulled up, like using her hands as if they're cars. And she keeps driving, so she claims. And she says that she saw the blue car agitating the silver car in front of her, trying to come up to its side and ram into it. And she said, I kept looking at my mom and I said, Mom, what's going on here? What is wrong? Like, I don't know if they're drunk. What are they trying to do in general? Her mom said again, just leave it, May. You're not involved. You don't know what's going on. You just go straight to where we're going and we leave it.
While going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. In the footage of the interrogation, May looks super calm and honestly convinced of her own stories, which is the crazy part. You know when you see someone and you're like, okay, this person is lying, and you get secondhand embarrassment because you're like, she's so confident.
It's crazy because, there's 8 of you.
And there's cameras everywhere.
There's camera. Exactly. It's not something that you can just make up a story and think you can get away with it. Like,
yeah. Like by yourself.
Exactly. There's 8 of you. There's so much evidence.
And then just throwing the blue sedan under the bus. Like you think the blue sedan occupants are going to be like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah. She's right.
Yeah.
I mean, she acts like she has no idea what's going on. She acts like she has no idea who's in any of these cars.
So I've looked at my mum and I goes, Mum, what is going on? What is wrong with, are they, I don't know if they're drunk, what are they trying to do to this blue car in general? So my mum goes, May, like I said, leave it. You're not involved. You don't know what's going on. You just go straight on and leave it. I goes, okay, that's fine.
In the interrogation footage, the police, they just let her keep talking.
Yeah.
They knew that she was digging herself deep in lies. They just let her keep talking. The motive for the crime seemed really clear from the get-go. I mean, to the officers, Saqib's family kept telling officers Saqib was having an affair with an older woman that he called Anzi. Anzreen, Anzi. Saqib even introduced her to his sister at one point.
Shut up.
So authorities were clear of the
dumb
connection
ass
between
mother-
Anzreen and Saqib early on in this investigation. They sit Anzreen and May down and they say, can we take your phones? Can we look at your phones? Not that you really have a choice. But they were not cooperative. May lied about the passcode to her phone, and both of them denied any sort of affair. Anzreen had deleted every single picture of Saqib from her phone, but detectives were able to pull Saqib's iPhone cloud albums, where there were pictures upon videos of Saqib and Anzreen cuddling and doing other things, indicating that on at least 11 separate occasions, Anzreen and Saqib had been together. They found the phone logs that showed the defendants, the two drivers of the blue sedan and the Audi, calling each other nonstop during the night of the crash. As well as May and Saqib were on the phone right before the crash. So very quickly, the 8 people were arrested. So in the blue car, you had 22-year-old Natasha Akhtar, 22-year-old Sanaf Ghulam Mustafa, 27-year-old Amir Jamal, and the driver of the blue sedan is 22-year-old Rais Jamal. In the Audi, we've got 45-year-old Ansreen Bukhari, the mom, 23-year-old May Bukhari, the TikToker, 21-year-old Mohammed Patel, and the driver of that car was 28-year-old Rakan Karwan. They were all charged with 2 counts of murder and all denied being responsible for the crash. At first, everyone in the blue car was like, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. We're just a group of friends that were driving to one of our buddies' houses so we could finish our very intense, lengthy game of Monopoly. That's what we were doing. I mean, we did see something on fire on the side of the road, but that had nothing to do with us. We were, I guess you could say, at the wrong place at the wrong time. Originally, May stuck to her story for a little while before deciding, okay, this is dumb, this is moot point. And eventually she would admit, yes, okay, fine. My mom had an affair and Saqib was going after our family's safety and well-being. And yeah, okay, he kept threatening to show up at our house to do who knows what. I just wanted to make sure that my mom was protected. We were just going to give him the money that night at Tesco and make sure that we weren't alone. That's why I asked my friend Rakan Karwan to come with us. She said, I asked Rakan, and I said I was being blackmailed and harassed, and I told him to message Saqib's as one brother to another brother. She said, we just wanted to show him what kind of person he was at the time and just put an end to it. But Saqib was demanding. He was demanding money and all this, and I told him, you're not getting your money, Saqib. We need to talk first. But then he said he was going to come to my house, so I suggested we meet at another location, a neutral location, to give him the money. And yeah, I just wanted Rakan to come with us because it would give us peace of mind. I didn't want my mom and I to go alone. She said she was worried that Saqib might attack them. She said as for the blue sedan full of other people, they were close with Rakan, but she never really hung out with them like that. She thinks Rakan called them as backup, just in case. She said, I was even annoyed. I was even annoyed that Muhammad was in our car. It was weird. I was like, I didn't understand why he was there in the first place. Rakan invited him. May said she did meet up with Saqib that night. She knew that he was in that car, but she had no idea what was going to happen with the blue car and Saqib's friend's car. Which clearly doesn't make any sense. Clearly, they're chasing him in the car.
Right.
It's one thing.
Yeah, and they talk on the phone the whole time.
Yeah,
So
and
they know what they're doing.
if you're going 100 miles per hour after another car, switching lanes to go after that car, you really can't say you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's CCTV footage of it. Basically, she's telling the police, you've got to believe me this time because I'm not lying this time. I'm innocent. She said the only reason she lied was because she was embarrassed of her mom having an affair and she didn't want the news to find out. Eventually, she would even try arguing that Saqib wanted to unalive himself and forced Hashim to crash the car on purpose. And the authorities were flabbergasted by all of this. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Hashim is Muslim. And to say that about a victim who is Muslim and all of the, it's just so sick, you know? It's just disrespectful upon disrespectful. The authorities are looking at her like, so are you suggesting that Saqib wanted to take his own life by causing the crash and killed his friend Hashim too while he was at it? Yes.
Wow, come on.
That seems unreasonable. Well, he's the type, you know, he sent messages where he tried to gain attention from my mom by saying that he was going to hurt himself. He's psychotic. The authorities didn't believe her and moved forward with a trial for 7 of them.
Okay.
One person gets off.
Okay. Who?
Oh, yeah. We're going to get to that. The trial was a mess. I mean, the first trial was deemed a mistrial. Prosecutors said it was just a behemoth to conquer. First of all, they had 7 defendants. Most of them had slightly or completely different versions of events from that night. We had 200 hours of footage the night of the murder, more than 40 locations, 300 statements that they took in to just organize this evidence. A nightmare. And a huge question to the prosecutors was, out of the friend groups, so excluding May and her mom and probably excluding the 2 drivers, how many of the other 5 knew what was going on? Or were they just hanging out with friends, got in a car for a little ride, and suddenly they're on trial for murder? What would you do if your friend is suddenly going 100 miles per hour out of nowhere, risking your life, and they won't slow down even though you keep telling them to slow down?
True.
Mm-hmm.
They cause a crash, what do you do? Not saying that they're innocent, but just kind of toying with the idea.
Are they killers?
Yes. So,
which is true, though. Like, if I'm in a car, I don't have control.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to... And even if I tell you, stop, you can hurt all of us.
Yeah.
You don't stop. You crash somebody, they die. Why am I being charged? I had no control. But I guess you can be charged with failure to report an accident.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can still be charged with something, but I'm not going for the murder.
Yeah.
Turn snitch.
Child, knowing me,
You turn the snitch off rip anyway.
I know me, I'm in a situation like that. I'm already on the phone with authorities. I want you to know what's going on just in case something happens to me. I need for you to know. And this person end up surviving. The actual driver that put us off. Because stuff like that happens a lot.
Oh, yeah, a lot.
So I want you to know what happened. Yeah. Or if we do end up, surviving, and we harm not we, but they harm somebody else.
You could literally got dropped off at home and say, I have information pertaining to something
y'all
that
literally
happened.
turned back around and seen the car on fire.
I'm saying, like, even when they drop you off at home and now you're away from them and you're in your own safety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I'm like, you can't say you didn't know that this happened because y'all turned back around and seen the car. Yeah, I'm reporting it. Don't do nothing around me. I'll be telling y'all, don't do it.
If that were the case, could they have done something to stop the drivers from what they were doing? Could they have done something afterwards? Is that what we're arguing? Maybe they could have gone to the cops. Another thing that just added another layer of complexity was Saqib at this point was almost put on trial. Same with Hashim. So Hashim was the friend that was driving, truly had nothing to do with any of this. Yeah. He's just giving a buddy a ride out of the goodness of his heart. But he was the driver, and he was found to have cannabis in his body during the autopsy. So, of course, the defense would take this and run with it, saying that he was driving recklessly. He caused the crash on his own. This was all his fault. And then Saqib was kind of put on trial, too. But this one, I think, is a bit more understandable of why it needed to be talked about in the trial. The court and jury were presented with evidence of Saqib's pattern of behavior prior to his death. Apparently, there was another woman that he made threats to when she tried to break up with him. Side note, this woman is not in any way connected to the defendant, so it doesn't seem like she has some sort of incentive or motivation to lie for them. She said she met Saqib at a club during a night out. She had a boyfriend, but he wouldn't stop trying to get her number, so she just gave it to him thinking, I'll just ignore him later. But he kept texting, and she let him know nicely, hey, I have a boyfriend. Like, sorry, you were just kind of kept asking me, so I gave you my number, but I have a boyfriend. He called her 15 to 20 times a day, threatening to smash her car up and go to her house. And then during one call, he got very, quote, extremely suggestive. The woman reached out to the local police 3 times because she was terrified of Saqib. It was overall not a great look. The jury were also presented with Saqib's text messages to Ansreen leading up to the incident. He said things like, if I don't get a call, I'll do what really has to be done, even though I don't want to. You taking me for a dickhead? Not for long. Your son's gonna see them videos now of us in the hotel, okay? Don't make me f*** everything up. Don't say I didn't tell you. I'm giving you a last chance. I'm gonna send them now. Your son is gonna see them videos and pictures. Are you gonna call me back, or shall I make your husband mad? I'll tell him everything and make all your pics and videos go viral right now. I'm telling how all the girls were in on it with you. Saying like May and her friends knew. A lot of these text messages were shown without context to the jury, but another one read, you're messing around with me? Yo, what the fuck? Just pick up 1 second now. You're trying to set me up? Saqib also sent messages to Ansreen calling her a dumb slut and stated he had nothing to lose and, quote, when I'm mad, I'm mad. 1 click of fingers and I can break your marriage and every other single thing. It was also alleged in court that Saqib would threaten to harm himself if she did not pick up the phone. But the harassment was mutually exchanged to a degree. Other text messages showed May threatening Saqib by saying things like, I'm sorry, but this year you'll be gone, Saqib. I've got every threat that you've ever sent my mom. I know what games you're playing. Carry on speaking to her like this and you'll see movement soon. Another one was from May to Ansreen, so from daughter to mom. She said, I'll soon get him jumped by guys. Leave it to me. He's trying to scare you. Another one was, don't worry, mom. Whatever it is, we will sort it out. It was mentioned in court that between August 2021 and February 2022, Saqib had reached out to Ansreen 1,702 times, while Ansreen in the same period only reached out 214 times.
Jeez.
Of course, you know, any trial is going to be really hard for the victim's family and friends, especially for Hashim. I mean, imagine his family sitting there. They're like, he had nothing to do with this. And now he's basically being put on trial and they're bringing up cannabis. They're trying to slander his character by saying he does.
Exactly.
Yeah. And for Saqib, I'm sure it was really hard for his parents as well. But a lot of netizens felt for Ansreen's husband and son during the trial. It seems like the family was just broken apart. Ansreen's husband hadn't visited Ansreen during her arrest, but he did show up for parts of the trial. So whether it was for closure, whether it was to support his daughter or to support his daughter and his wife, it's unclear. But all of the affair was aired out. Ansreen's first affair was also aired out during the trial. I mean, I imagine it was hard for the husband, but more so, the son is also a big victim in this.
Yeah.
He was only a teenager when all of this went down. Prosecutors stated they believed May, Ansreen, and Rakan were plotting for a way to get rid of Saqib. I don't know why Rakan was in on it. Maybe he was just a ride or die type of friend, or maybe he was going to get something out of it. But it just isn't clear to prosecutors. Prosecutors believe that they were the main masterminds of this, and they would lure Saqib to the Tesco under the guise of giving him the money, but they were going to jump him, ambush him, maybe drive him off the road. It's unclear how much of this they actually planned. It's up for debate. A lot of netizens said, going at that speed, that's intent to kill. It doesn't matter. Like when you're going 100 miles per hour chasing someone, trying to ram them off the road, you're trying to kill someone. Ansreen and her daughter May's defense, on the other hand, it was kind of crazy. They were victims to a crazy stalker, and while they made some shady, bad choices, Saqib was controlling and terrifying, and they had no other choice, essentially. They tried to use footage of Ansreen walking around after the murder with her co-defendants. You know how they parked in the residential neighborhood? They argued that she looks like a woman in shock. Ansreen and May claimed that they just wanted to talk to Saqib that night and nothing else. And about May's text to her own mom saying, like, don't worry, we're going to jump the guy. They argued, no, we were just exaggerating. During the trial, remember how I said there were 7 defendants? Mohammed, the one that came late and left before the walk, he was the star witness out of the Monopoly 8. He was the one that wasn't tried for the crime. And now some netizens think that he's innocent. Others say that he's guilty, but he's cooperating with the police to save himself. It's unclear. But he gives the police what they want. He corroborates the story that is consistent with Saqib's 999 call. He states that Saqib was being chased at high speeds. He states that they were all wearing balaclavas that night, just like Saqib had mentioned in the phone call. He said that he was the last one to join the group. He had no idea what was going on, that they mentioned that they were going to jump a guy. He said he was so scared. He didn't know what he had gotten into. He was so terrified. And while they were going like 100 miles per hour, he heard 2 phone calls that night. The first one was May, the TikToker, telling Saqib, "Watch what I do to you." Then they hung up, and Rakan, he was driving the Audi. He called the other driver of the blue car, Race, and he said, quote, "Ram into him." Shortly before the car Hashim and Saqib were in, skidded off the road, killing the 2 men instantly. Now, some netizens think that Muhammad should also be in jail, and that it seems like he's conveniently taking himself out of the crime. He's like, no, I genuinely had no idea what was going on. Some people think that he probably knew, and he's now taking this stance to get off easy.
But I'll say this, when it comes down to him, it depends on when he decided to talk. For me.
Well, I'm going to assume because
Reason why I'm saying it is because what we was talking about earlier. If you didn't initially start talking and you kind of waited to see how everything happens and then you decided to talk, you probably just as guilty. But as soon as you got home, you contemplated, and you probably went ahead and communicated with him, he probably is innocent. You probably didn't know what you signed up for that night, and it's a possibility you just caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
And you had no other choice to go through with it until you got back to the destination where you can literally just walk off.
Yeah.
But it's all about when he decided to talk. What about you?
Yeah, I agree.
That's all.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I'm going to assume that I felt like... Well, I shouldn't even assume. I don't know, since the information wasn't given. But I was about to say, I'm assuming that it was probably after the fact. But for them to just be like, okay, he totally had nothing to do with it, I guess. I do wonder if he called immediately, like... Because I'm going to report it. If I know I just got roped into this, and I didn't know what was going on, and I literally just seen you ram somebody off the
and I got
road,
some type of guilt.
and then if we come back and the car is ablaze, I am going to report it like immediately. I'm good. Y'all go y'all separate ways. I'm going home. I'm calling authorities. And it's just that. Because I'm not about to get like roped into something that I absolutely have nothing to do. I don't even know these guys.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So I do wonder like when he decided to like cooperate.
It's just, netizens have a lot of feelings about this. All the other defendants, minus the drivers, May and her mom, and Muhammad, the other 5, they insisted they had absolutely no idea what was going on at any point, and these phone conversations never happened. They said, we were just going for a drive. We had no idea who was in that car. We didn't know about Saqib or why even we went to Tesco. They said they had no idea what was going on. Like May said she needed to pick up something from a guy. We were just playing Monopoly one second and then got into the car to switch locations, ended up being arrested for double homicide. They argued, we don't have lengthy criminal backgrounds. We're ordinary people with jobs, or we're in school right now. We have families. We have normal lives. We did nothing to cover our tracks. This is not a smart, well thought out plan. Like, why would we do this? If we knew what we were doing, what in our right minds would make us want to kill these men? For May and Ensrin? Some of the people in the blue car, they weren't even friends with May. They have like a mutual.
Right. So why did they do that?
Even the driver of the blue car, Reyes, he said, I tried to brake when the victim's car came up in front of me, and I tried because I didn't want to hurt anyone. So he's saying that he was just trying to scare Saqib, because he heard Rakan tell him about the blackmailing, and he was like, yeah, I guess we'll just scare the guy into stopping. Then he was saying, it's actually the victim's car that was blocking us, not letting either of us pass. They were instigating it, and it was just a high-speed chase thing that spiraled out of control. To back up his claims, his attorneys brought in some CCTV footage that does show at times the blue car was getting dangerously close to the victim's car, and the blue car is seen braking.
Yeah, because you know, the blue, sometimes you, let's say you brake check someone.
Yeah.
You're just trying to like stop this madness. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, what do you mean? Like, you know, I can.
But it depends on. You can't go in that mindset because it depends on if you see the gray car braking, but not necessarily in the degree it's there. Because if I get off my gas, let me see. I'm trying to put myself back in when I used to. You ain't gonna slow down that fast where they gonna, even if because you're going at a high rate of speed, it's gonna reduce, but it's not gonna reduce like that where they. Yeah. So the brake checking, he ain't brake checking him. That ain't what he's doing. So I can't throw that, you know?
can totally see that. Why does that matter? Like,
Yeah.
you drive.
But
I need to see the footage. Like I
I
would
need
like to see the footage for myself.
Because if the gray car isn't braking, his story can be kind of used that, hey, but it was purposely. They did everything purposely. I'm not, but I'm just saying in that defense, it can be used if I was getting up close to him, but I was braking. I wasn't deliberately, but then he could have been on the phone and he said, ram him off, and he fell
I'm
through.
like, I ain't ramming this dude.
Sure.
I ain't got no ties to the mama or May. Like, I'm not doing them
I
a
got
favor.
Why y'all got so much loyalty to do, though?
What y'all got going? No, not
Away, like,
Yeah. Like just
you trying to intimidate someone, right? You're following, you're tailgating them, you're trying to do something to them. So
and they brake check you. Of course you're not gonna slam into them.
exactly,
Yeah.
leave the situation, go home.
And it seems like at one point,
Right.
okay, like fine, I guess we can try to see his side of the story, right? Make it make sense somehow. But then Reyes was revealed to be a rapist.
Oh.
He was convicted last year of R-wording a 17-year-old girl in his home. She stated she repeatedly told him no and tried to push him off of her, and he pinned her down and essayed her. The victim tried to end her life because of the trauma and PTSD. Also, he didn't have a driver's license the night that he was driving. So, like, the guy is all around a horrible person. So everything he's saying for netizens, it just went out the window. Many of the other defendants, they said, it just doesn't make sense for us to do this. Like, no sense at all. Amir, who was in the blue car but not driving, his defense was, I was high out of my mind during that car chase. His lawyer argued, why would he get high if he was preparing for a murderous evening? Other defendants had more interesting defenses. Natasha was the 22-year-old in the blue car, and she said she had a crush on the blue car driver, Reyes, and she wanted him to fall for her. So she didn't want to make him mad by telling him to slow down too many times. She said she had no idea they were in a high-speed car chase at the time. She said, and I quote, I thought it was boys just being boys, driving like idiots. Also love when people say boys being boys, but it's like a literal crime. It's like criminals being criminals. Actually, is the rather, especially for this situation, more fitting. Yeah. Fun fact, Natasha had dreams of becoming a criminal defense attorney, so there's that. Sinaf, also in the blue car but not driving, he said his father was dying of cancer and he was the only one taking care of him. His dad could not eat, drink, or even use the toilet without assistance. He said he would never risk not being there for his dad for people he doesn't even know, so how would that make sense? The only reason that he went out that night was to interact with people his age and get some comfort and escape out of his life because he just takes care of his dad all day. And ultimately through this, Sinaf's dad would die and he would not be present at the funeral. So this whole debate of who knew, how much they planned, how much did they know ahead of time is a huge argument still in this case, even now after the trials are over and said and done with. Some argued it made no sense for these people to throw away their lives when none of them had skin in the game. It doesn't seem like they were promised anything specific from May or Rakan, because I feel like that would have been discovered during trial. They didn't know Saqib. They didn't care if May's TikTok fell apart. They didn't care if May's family fell apart. Literally, they didn't seem to care for May or Ansreen. So some people argued maybe this is a situation where they were just there for a fun night and it got roped into something else. But other people argued, these sound like people that were ready to jump a guy for the thrill of it, not knowing they were going to accidentally kill people. It sounded like they're down to like, yeah, let's get balaclavas and jump a guy, teach him a lesson. It's thrilling, it's crazy. Maybe they felt like that was okay. Another supporting argument for that is on the phone with 999, Saqib mentioned seeing the people in the car behind him wearing balaclavas. And Muhammad also mentioned it. So if they're not jumping him, if they're just playing Monopoly, why would they have balaclavas? Why would they be going 100 miles per hour chasing another car?
Exactly.
And then end up getting arrested and being like, what? We did nothing weird or out of the ordinary. We were just driving from one place to another in balaclavas. In the end, the jurors deliberated for more than 28 hours and they came back with a verdict. Enzreen, the mom, and May, the TikToker, Rais, the driver of the blue car, and Rakan, the driver of the Audi, they were all found guilty of the murders of Hashim and Saqib. May was sentenced to life in prison, and she will serve at least 31 years and 8 months. So if she gets out the earliest as possible, she will be 55 years old. Enzreen was sentenced to life in prison and is ordered to serve 26 years and 9 months. Rais and Rakan, the drivers, were both given life sentences. Rais must serve at least 36 years, probably because he was driving without a license. And Rakan must serve 26 years and 10 months. As for Sanaf, Amir, and Natasha, they were found not guilty of murder, but guilty of manslaughter, and they were given between 11 to 14 years. Muhammad had no charges. I will say I have seen some discourse online that their prison sentences are too harsh, but I'm curious to know, what are your thoughts? After the trial, the victim's family spoke out. Saqib's family said Saqib was a kind, compassionate, caring, sensible man. Their family had been shattered, and they're glad to get some closure. Hashim's uncle came out to state Hashim never used to enjoy driving himself. So whenever Hashim went out, he would always ask, "Who's driving? You're driving." He went home and got his car to drive his friend, even though he hated driving. He's just a very active soul. One of his mottos or philosophies in life, which he put on his social media all the time, was, if I can make someone laugh or smile, my job is done for the day. Hashim's uncle said the only reason he gave Saqib a ride, even though he hated driving, was just he wanted to help a friend. And I have seen netizens state that Saqib was not the perfect victim. Not that there ever is a perfect victim. And just like the whole general mindset that someone needs to be a perfect victim is kind of dangerous. You know, netizens are saying he was doing some scary things. And obviously, he needs to be punished for doing very specific scary things. But I wouldn't say Enzreen had no choices.
Yeah.
It's almost insinuating Enzreen was in a situation of self-defense. Which this situation was not a clear-cut self-defense thing. And while I agree, again, Saqib's actions were a little odd and he might have needed to be punished for it had he been alive, she could have just gone to the police, though. Right. It seems like every choice that she made was to prevent facing the consequences of her own actions.
Yeah.
And I really think that's telling. Like, she would rather put her own daughter's life at risk to kill someone with her rather than face the consequences of her actions.
Yeah.
She straight up said, I couldn't go to the police when he was blackmailing me because I was scared officers would come to my house and my family would find out about the affair and the videos.
Exactly.
Girl.
It's so
That would've
bizarre.
been the least
It's so bizarre to me when people are willing to kill someone to cover up a much smaller wrong.
Yes.
Instead of people finding out you cheated, now you kill someone and
Yeah,
you're going to
that's even
go to jail
worse.
forever.
And people found out you cheated not once, but twice. Because you killed 2 people. Like, what? I don't even think that's comparable to an affair.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
The logic is not logicking.
It's not.
But I guess that's what they say. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And if you're playing Monopoly, there is always a chance that you're going to end up in jail. What are your thoughts on this case? Please leave it in the comments. Please stay safe. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the main episode. Bye.
That was wild. Crazy.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. Very much so. I don't get it. No. I would have rather people just found out that I'm a cheater. Other than a murder. Like,
Yeah.
be for real. Like, the two are not... Yeah. All right.
Makes no sense.
Makes none at all.
At the end of the day, makes none at all, man.
Yeah.
But hey, man, y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is.
Here, Nicole.
We are.
Kid and
We
C.
are.
Get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from